Hey friends, my name is Joey and welcome back to my channel Gender Not Found, where my glasses are literally barely hanging on. One of the arms snapped off and I had it taped before. like this snapped off of my glasses. So now I have to go and get them fixed. They're like they're okay with one arm. I had this taped before, but it fell off again. So now me and my mom have to go deal with that, which means we're probably not going to get to go see West Side Story tonight because my mom has a meeting and we were already going to be cutting it kind of close. But now that we have to go get my glasses fixed, we're almost definitely not going to get to go see West Side Story tonight, which freaking sucks because I really wanted that. And I'm really, really upset because of everything that's happening. Um, Actually, I should make sure there's volume. Okay, I had to stop the recording for a second because I had to replay it and make sure there was volume in it. Anyway, my week has been exhausting. I'm literally yawning. So, first of all, the pet store is shutting down in a couple weeks, and me and my mom are trying desperately to find a way for me to bring my rats to her apartment until I can, find a place because the pet store is shutting down and I literally can't keep them there anymore. So I'm paid up till the 21st, but they're shutting down on the 22nd, and my mom informed me that we would try and bring them home. We're doing literally everything. My mom's doing literally everything, actually. My mom's handling this because one of our neighbors has like a phobia of rats or something. But also, I live in Canada and they can't say no pets unless like a major disturbance is happening, in which case like the dogs would be more likely to be causing a disturbance than my rats because my rats don't bark and they just hang out in a cage all day, so like they're not gonna do anything. And they also don't carry diseases, so there's that, despite what some people might think, which is really obnoxious. And and we haven't found an apartment yet, and my glasses are broken, and my computer is also breaking down. So we're having to deal with that. By which I mean my mom is dealing with it because I brought it up to her last night and I started having a freak out because I literally cannot handle one more single thing. It's just getting to be too much. I am at the end of my rope with this and I cannot continue to do this. So I told her, like, straight up, if I have a problem, you have to deal with it because I can't deal with this. Like, even going online and searching up shit to do with my computer, like, I cannot deal. I literally, it's too much. It's too much. And I'm stressing out that we haven't found an apartment yet. And I'm getting really, really scared that, like, eventually the landlord isn't going to let me stay anymore and he's just going to force me to move out and I'm either going to have to live with a roommate or I'm going to be like on the street. Honestly, that sounds preferable to me right now as opposed to living with a roommate though. But neither of those are ideal and I'm getting really freaked out and I also had to cut my sister off so that, you know, I'd like to say that sucks, but honestly, I didn't feel anything because I just don't care anymore. There's so much going on and I'm exhausted. I can't stop yawning. And I've been sleeping in a fucking lot because I'm just too exhausted and I was up late last night. I was up till like 1:30 in the morning and I ended up having to get up again to poop. Like, I was literally laying there trying to fall asleep, and I suddenly really had to poop, so I had to leave to go to the bathroom, and it was really obnoxious and frustrating. Ugh, I'm getting really ticked off about it. Ugh, like, it's just really frustrating. Okay, I gotta just take this off for a second. Ugh, it's really frustrating. Ugh, and I don't know what to do. I'm just giving up by now. Like, And I know the chances of me, not getting to bring my lads home are slim to none. Like, I'm probably going to be able to bring them home. Very, very likely. But I'm not resting all my hopes on that because, like, everything seems to be going wrong lately. And, like, it's just too much. And it's all just piling on. And I'm exhausted. And anyway, let's read something because I can't stop yawning. God damn it. Ugh. Okay, let's read something because I'm exhausted and I just want to read something. So, I've been reading like a lot of fan fiction lately. Like pretty much every single thing I've been reading is a fan fiction. I did a Reddit video, and I have another Reddit video that I'm also gonna edit, but I'm gonna read something else that's not fan fiction. I'm just gonna read like a regular. It's still gonna be a fiction upload, so don't worry about that. Like I'm not a huge fan of nonfiction, to be perfectly honest. So we're on Fiction Press right now, which is a site dedicated to fiction works that aren't fan fiction. It's like no fan fiction allowed, so no fan fiction allowed. So, um, and there's a book called Unstuck, which I don't know if there's like a description. There doesn't seem to be, but okay, we're just gonna read it anyway. Wait, is there a disc? Wait, if I go back, maybe there's a description here. Wait. All right, hang on. So I found I went to where the author's page was, and I actually found that she has a few stories, or he. I'm thinking it's a she because the name is Carolina Hart, right? So I don't know, but whoever they are, they have a bunch. They have like several stories. They have like four stories for sure. So I mean, oh my god, I'm gonna read this one. Are we just friends? There's only two chapters of this, and it's about 2,000 words, but so it's pretty short and it's like really short. So it's just going to be a two shot for now. If this person updates again, then I might. Oh, never mind. It was updated in June 4th, 2004. Wait, this site existed in 2004. When was Fiction Press made? Okay, never mind. I'm just going to read this. I'm assuming there's going to be no more updates because it was updated 18 years ago. Wow. Anyway, so it's called Are We Just Friends? And supposedly it's two friends' stories through high school, but there's only two chapters and there's no more updates, I'm assuming, because it says it was updated in 2004 and then so I guess there's literally going to be no more updates. Or maybe she'll update it after 18 years. Maybe they'll update it after like 18 years. I don't know. Whatever. Um, okay. Chapter 1 Study Hall. Mom, why do I have to go to another private school? I don't understand, I asked. Cat, it's the best place you can be. Besides, you'll make a ton of friends, I know it. Whatever, I said and walked up to my room. Oh joy, another private school, I thought. Throughout my life, I had been to only the best private schools. I was sick and tired of it. For once, I wanted to be a normal 14-year-old. I wanted to go to a normal public high school like everyone else. But no, I am Catherine Mackenzie Brooks. Miss Perfect, that's me. Straight A student, most likely on her way to Juilliard. But that was not what I wanted. Not in this lifetime. The first day of school I dreaded. I hated starting over. Making new friends had always been tough for me. Cat, you ready? My mom asked, bouncing down the stairs in her cheery way. I guess so. It's now or never, right? With that, we were out the door on the way to my new school. My mom pulled up and dropped me off. Great, here comes a wonderful day, I thought. I walked into the building knowing that this day would truly suck. I looked at the sheet of paper and found my locker easily. I opened it up and stuck it in the shelf that I had bought. Hi, a blonde girl stepped up next to me. Hey, I said back. I wondered why she was talking to me. The name's Heather Smith. Catherine Brooks, but everyone calls me Kat. Great, so what's your first class? I don't know, and I don't even care. I hate going to new schools. My life sucks. I stated simply and headed to the office to get my schedule. Unfortunately, she followed me. Freshman, I see. What on earth gave you that idea? What on earth gave you that impression? I asked sarcastically. You know, Kat, you're okay. Thanks, I guess. I picked my schedule up from the pickup box and looked down at it. Heather grabbed a slip of paper from me. These classes aren't that bad. We have the same first two classes, geometry and photography. The rest of the classes are required freshman courses. They aren't that bad. That's great, I guess. Come on. She pulled my arm and we walked out of the building and into another smaller building. This is where first class is. The room was small and there were about 10 other people in the room. After our first class ended, Heather and I went back to the main high school building where our next class was. By lunchtime, I was bored stiff and the only interesting class I had been to was photography. I grabbed a tray and sat down at a remote table hoping no one would notice me. Hey! It was Heather, only this time there were three other girls surrounding her. Can I sit? She asked. Sure, why not? Ladies, Heather stated, this is Catherine Brooks. Kat, this is Lauren, Ashley, and Brooke. Lauren was the redhead, Ashley the blonde, and Brooke the brunette. Nice to meet you, I said. A few minutes later, other people were coming around. That's when I saw him. He was tall. Of course, some would say I was tall too. I was 5 foot 7 inches, but this guy was at least 7 inches taller than me. Heather seemed like she was the leader of this 7 people group. She waited until everyone sat down to introduce me to the rest of them. Everyone, this is Catherine Brooks. Kat, this is my boyfriend, Brian Ricks, she stated, pointing to a boy that was a little taller than Heather but shorter than me. AJ, my brother, she pointed to a guy that looked a lot like her. And last but not least, David Richardson. She then pointed to the guy that had caught my eye. He had the wonderful blue eyes and brown hair. Hi, I guess, I said. Welcome to our humble group of friends, David smiled. He had the most wonderful smile. They started talking about the upcoming dances and things like that. They all seemed to be enjoying each other's company. That is when I got up and threw away my trash. I took out my map and went to find the nearest piano. I found one in the band room. Well, here's something I like, I said. I sat down and began to play. I started out with something simple, but eventually got lost in the music. When I had finally finished with the piece, I heard clapping. I turned around. David, I said. He had surprised me. Kat, you're pretty good. Thanks. What are you doing here? I saw you leave and thought that maybe you wanted company. So, how long have you been playing? He came up and sat uninvited next to me on the bench. Ever since I could count to 10 and learn my ABCs up to G. That's a long time. You look like you enjoy it. Yeah, I do. It's my escape from everything. When I play, there's no one else in the world except me. I love the way that feels. I know what you mean. It's kind of like me and my guitar. I play to escape the fact that my dad is dead and that there's no way to bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry. It's really okay. He died when I was 5. He was the greatest. A few years ago, my mom remarried. He really is a great guy, but he's not my dad. So, what class do you have next? I asked. I actually have a study hall. You? Same. Come on, we can go to the office, sign in and get to know each other more. Sounds great to me. We got up and went down to the high school office where we signed in. So, tell me about yourself, he said as we started to walk towards the computer lab. Well, I'm 5'7", brown eyes and auburn hair. My grandmother on my mom's side is Persian, and somewhere on my dad's side there is Cherokee blood. I smiled at him. He laughed and said, Well, it's great to know your family history, but how about the real you? Well, when I was 2, my dad left my mom and me. It's been the two of us ever since. When I was 3, I started to love music, so my mom signed me up for piano lessons. She's put me in only private schools since I was in preschool. I love all music except country. I can't stand to listen to people howl all day. I turned to look at him and his eyes were laughing. Oh, really? He questioned. Yeah, really? Somewhere in 20 minutes. Somehow in 20 minutes I had managed to befriend this guy. It was the first time I had met anyone who didn't care about the fact I was extremely good at almost anything I do. So when's your birthday? November 3rd. I'll be 15. Can't wait, I said. Cool, that makes me about a year older than you. Mine is October 15th. I'll be 16. So, since your birthday is closer, what are you planning? I don't do parties. Oh, come on, David. It'll be fun. No way, and there is no way you're gonna make me. David, you're such a boy, you know that, right? How can you say that? You haven't even known me for a full day. Because you weren't having a party for your birthday, duh. We better get to class. The bell's gonna ring soon. Okay, here's my cell phone number. Call me whenever, I said. See you later, Kat. Yeah, you too, David. I smiled as I walked to my next class. I had an idea, but I needed to talk to Heather before I started to go through with it. This would be great. Oh boy. Okay, well that was fun. I'm gonna be right back with chapter 2, so give me a second. My glasses are really annoying. And I'm back with chapter 2. Hang on. Hmm, Yep. Chapter 2, Pizza. The rest of the day was just as bad as the first half. I couldn't believe my luck at making a friend, so when I got home I was actually in a pretty good mood. So, Kat, how was your day? From the look on your face, I'd say it wasn't too bad. My mom said, Nope, not that bad. I actually made a few friends today. Really? That's great, hon. I can't wait to meet them. I laughed. She actually thought that I was going to invite my new friends over for her to meet. She had to be insane. Well, don't get your hopes up too high, Mom. It's not like I'm going to invite them over anytime soon. I just met them. They're practically complete strangers. Well, you'll be spending the next 4 years with them. You might as well invite at least one of them over, she reasoned as she picked up the phone to order pizza. Yeah, whatever, I said, making my way to my bedroom. As soon as I heard my mother stop talking, I picked up the phone and dialed Heather's phone number. Hello? A guy had answered the phone. Hi, is Heather in? I asked. I was kind of nervous because, after all, I'd only spent 3 hours with the girl. Yeah, Heather, the guy on the other line yelled. Hello? Heather had picked up the phone. Hi, it's Kat. Oh, hey, Kat, what do you need? Well, I was talking to David today, and I found out that his birthday's in a few months. I think we should throw him a surprise party. That sounds like a great idea, but I don't know how he'd feel about it. It's supposed to be a surprise, and if he hates it, tell him it was my idea. It's not like I really care what he thinks about me, I lied. The fact was, I cared very much about what he thought of me. For some reason, had no idea why. Before, I never really cared what anyone thought, but now I was kind of already becoming self-conscious about a guy. That is what scared me. Well, I guess I'll ask AJ and see what he thinks. He's really good with that type of thing. Thanks, Heather. No problem, Kat. I'll see you tomorrow at school, right? Yeah, bye. I hung up the phone and went downstairs to see if the pizza had arrived. Pizza here yet? I asked my mom. No, it's not. So, Catherine, tell me more about your day. There's not much to tell. I went to school, went to class, ate lunch, went to class, and then it was time for you to pick me up. Simple, see? Yeah, I see. Very simple. Can you just lay off for now? It's only the first day of school. What exciting thing is going to happen then, huh? Just then the doorbell rang. My mother went to pay for the pizza while I got up and got a couple of paper plates from the pantry. Pizza, I said, taking the first bite. My mom said nothing and she just stared at me. She gave me the look that said, I'm not talking to you until you tell me how your day really went. Fine, you want to know what happened today? She smiled as soon as I asked the question. Sometimes my mom acts so much like a little kid. Well, I made two friends. Well, actually, more than that, but I can't remember all of their names right now. Oh, really? Yes, Heather is a sophomore who introduced me to all of her friends. She's a cheerleader and has a brother and a boyfriend. One of her friends was a guy named David. Ooh, David, a guy. My cat has met a guy. Not in that way. It was the second lie I told that day. I was feeling kind of bad because I never lied to my mother. He's a sophomore, and we have the same study hall, so I got to know him then. He plays the guitar, and his dad died when he was 2. It sounds like to me you did meet a guy in that way because you know almost everything about him. Whatever, see if I ever tell you anything anymore. With that, I went upstairs to take my shower and go to bed. I'm really upset that there's no more updates. That's literally it. And it says it was last updated in June 2004. So I'm guessing there's gonna be no more updates unless this person comes back like 20 years later to update the book that they worked on 20 years ago. Because like yeah, it's 2022 now. So it's been almost 20 years literally, but that sucks anyway. So that's it for the book, and I'll be right back with something else because it's literally only 2 o'clock. That was really short. Um, but it's really nice. I also have a few other recordings that I laid out throughout the weekend and maybe also part of next week, which is really nice. I recorded I have a few backlogged recordings because I've been doing like more than one recording a day. Like usually I'll record several things in one day. Like I'll try and record at least two or three things, and usually I record like several things in one day. So yesterday I recorded a whole bunch of stuff, and now I have like a backlog of video, and I'm starting to get like a backlog of videos. I was uploading every day, and I still have a backlog of videos now that I didn't have before because I was literally just doing what I needed to do for that day, and then on Friday I would record whatever I needed to record for the weekend. So but now I'm starting to record more than one thing a day, and I kind of have a backlog of videos. So this is like, I don't know, video 6 or 7, I think, that I've recorded over the past few days. Maybe less. There's probably less than that. There's probably like 4 or 5. But still, it's a lot of content as far as backlogging stuff. And if I continue to only put up one video a day, I'm gonna try and put up more than one video over the next couple of days. And I do want to do like a mega upload of a Guardian Angel sometime. I'm probably gonna try it and do it early next week. So maybe I'll record a couple chapters of a Guardian Angel after I get off this. Anyway, I love each and every one of you guys. Please don't forget to always be yourself. And I will see you guys. Oh, you are valid. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.